Hi there, and welcome to Financial Accounting. We are going to be using the 9th edition published by Wiley, most recently in 2014, when we reference a textbook in these videos. The first chapter is just an introduction, if you will. It just summarizes some of the most important key concepts you will need to keep in mind as you study a course of financial accounting. Okay, so the first thing we should talk about when studying financial accounting is the difference between financial accounting versus managerial. Financial and managerial are the two main types of accounting discussed in this textbook because of the design they are used in practice. Financial is used more towards external users, such as investors, people who have stock in your company, or the IRS if they need to assess how well your company is doing. Managerial focuses more on internal users. This is more like departments within the same company, an internal environment, such as marketing checking its budget, or a production department checking how much merchandise they need to purchase for this cycle, etc. It is important to understand that financial accounting is all about reporting to external users because it is literally governed by a legal standard called the GAAP. Alright, so what is the GAAP and why is it so important? The GAAP acronym stands for the Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. So what does that really mean? Well, in 2002, the U.S. Congress passed a law called the Sarbanes-Oxley Act that required companies to act more ethically in regards to accounting practice because of all of the previous fraud that had taken place in recent economic history. They wanted to make sure that there was an ethical standard that was enforceable and accountable. And this is where two very important agencies come in place when it comes to accounting, especially financial accounting. The Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC. This is a federal body whose job it is to oversee all U.S. financial markets, including the New York Stock Exchange, and also overseeing all of the accounting standard setting bodies. And the biggest accounting standard setting body that is nationally recognized is the Financial Accountancy Standards Board. The Financial Accountancy Standards Board, or the FASB, are the ones that set the GAAP, the Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, that govern what all accountants do in legal practice within the United States. And that is why it's important to keep this information in mind as you study financial accounting in theory and practice. Even after one has passed their Certified Public Accountancy License exams and earned their license, these rules will still be there. The basic accounting equation. A very important concept. Most textbooks start with the definition as assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. This is correct. It is also true that if you played around with this equation algebraically, you will arrive at two other possible equations, which are right here on this slide. The definition of assets is how much a company legally owns on paper. The definition of liabilities is how much a company owes to its creditors. And the definition of owner's equity is how much a company has after it has paid its debts out of its own assets. Owner's equity is always what you have left afterwards. The summary of financial statements. These are the 4 financial statements you should become more acclimated with as you study financial accounting in more detail. The income statement presents revenues, expenses, and whether or not they incur net income or loss for a certain period of time. The retained earnings statement presents changes in retained earnings specifically for a period of time. The balance sheet presents assets, liabilities, and equity in detail and within a certain period of time. And the statement of cash flows presents cash inflows and outflows as they relate to a business for a certain period of time. I'm sure you're noticing a pattern here. All financial statements will have a title, a period of time, and a description of what kind of statement it is. This is standard procedure for all financial statements. This video was sponsored by Middlesex Community College, the Academic Centers for Enrichment, ACE. If you need any more assistance at Middlesex Community College in the areas of accounting, business, or any other discipline, the Bedford Math Center, the Lowell Math Center, and e-tutoring are all available resources to you. Please call or make an appointment to see when we are available in the math centers. E-tutoring is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also have schedules, tip sheets, and additional information that may be of interest to you available at the link listed here on this slide.